Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Waiting on people to join.
Okay, see myself.
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
How is everybody today, man?
Very good. How are you?
Magnificent, magnificent. What's the money? What's the money you guys looking to make this year? Have you set a
Um,
number goal?
350, 350K.
Nice, nice, nice.
I like your sweatshirt. It's very. I like the texture.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hmm.
My mother-in-law got it for me for Christmas.
Oh, perfection. She did well. Would you like to say hi?
So we're waiting for a few other people to join. We get started about 5 minutes after. Anybody have any questions while we're waiting for other people to join?
I don't have specific questions. I'm getting caught up on all the materials, so I'll just be in the background listening today.
Okay, don't be in the background because I'm giving business consultations today. So if you got your know your business, and you already have a business or you have an idea of the business you want to start or move forward with, have your questions ready and your information ready because I'm deep dive for you guys and give you guys some pointers and help you get over the hurdles.
Okay, I'll prepare them. Thank you.
No problem, no problem. I know a lot of people probably partied last night. Um, Whether they show or not, I'm gonna make sure you guys get everything you need.
Shoot, I don't know about y'all, but I partied by myself in my house, in my room.
Right, I'll
Chill.
party right to the bed.
Yeah.
It was some nice meditation for me.
Mhm.
That's good. That set your year off right, man. A lot of people make the mistake of setting the tone for their new year with destructive behavior and self-destructive behavior, and that's how their whole year proceeds.
Mm.
I'm just gonna paste the link inside the group. Okay. We are about to get started. Good morning. Happy New Year. So, who wants to go first? Got to elect somebody. Give me what you got, Caleb, man. Give me what you
Yeah.
got, boss.
All right. Cool. Yeah. So more, it's a business idea per se. Um, Honestly, one that I've thought on for a while, and what I would like to do is I don't know my exact niche just yet, but what I would like to do is help people who are very passionate in a specific niche. So, for example, say I don't know, they're a dog trainer and they've been a dog trainer for like 15 years. They want to make a course on it or already have one. I would like to one help them make the most efficient courses possible for um, others to, for example, they're wanting to teach how to make money with dog training, and I would like to help them make a very efficient course that gives them that gives people who are going through that course the most effective like information. But then also as well, I've noticed that a big thing in a lot of courses is that community and accountability are are like one of the least, I guess, represented portions and the most important in my opinion, to a course, because of course, if you can have information all day long, but if you don't know what the hell to do with it or actually how to implement it and actually um uh, uh have like trackable progress, then that's why a lot of people, I think anyways, kind of hold themselves back, or just don't actually achieve the results that they're looking for initially when they get into any type of course or any type of program, or whatever the case may be. So of course I know there's things like masterminds and accountability partners, but just being able to have one more the community aspect, be able to actually somehow build upon that, and then also um, be able to have the accountability side kind of locked down for creators. And again, it may be that my niche is more like people who already have a course, they just don't know how to expand it maybe, or actually like build a following around it, and um, also get results with, or get results for the people that they're actually making the course for. So yeah, I'm still a little unaware of exactly what niche I would like to go into, but that's the general uh, gist.
Okay. So, in creating courses and ensuring, there's accountability and community. Of course, you can build a community within Infinity Interface. The best methods for accountability and trackable progress, you need to have a big email campaign set up in advance. In advance, I personally would combine it with SMS or text messaging, because most people will look at their phone for a text before they check an email. Um, as human psychology, people aren't, so thrilled to get an email notification anymore. It's not like, when it first came out and you got mail and now you're diving in the email to see what's going on. It's like, man, who's spamming me today?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of emails get missed, and that's why it's important to have the double campaign. That you guys recognize that I send you email and text. The same thing. Which one do you see first?
Text. Yeah.
So if you have a plan outlined in advance, and I would build it in advance, I would build the email campaign and SMS campaign in advance for the people who are taking the course. Good morning, Bernadette. Welcome. Happy New Year.
Good morning.
I
Happy
would
New
have
Year.
that for them built out first. And we overestimate the intelligence of other people, and that's not saying that people are stupid. That's saying that we live in a world where people have been trained to have a 7-second attention span now. We're consuming more information in a day than people consumed in their lifetime in the 1500s. You're bombarded with more information in one day than people were able to take in the 1500s in their entire life. So there's a lot of psychological changes going on and brain changes going on. So you have to meet people where they're at. Send them those reminders, have those reminders laid out in advance. If your course is 30 days, I would have 60 text messages for them. 2 a day, 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening. They don't have to be the same thing in verbatim, but if the goal for the day was to make 2 posts in your group, you can ask them the same question or give them the same suggestion in a different way and tell them, text me back a yes if you completed your task already. If they don't text you back, then you hit them with what's stopping you from going to post in the group. Go post in your group. It'll take you 2 minutes, and it'll probably create an opportunity for you to make more money. You have to incentivize them to take action, and a lot of people don't take the necessary actions because they're afraid of failing and they're afraid of rejection. And it's important, man. It's really important to get into your mind that people aren't rejecting you. They're rejecting how the offer was presented. And not always does it have something to do with you. It likely has something to do with their personal life, their financial situation, health, wealth, or relationships. Those are the things that people grind for. Those are the things that people get distracted by on the grind. So you have to be there for them. Like you remember on the cartoons where they had a little angel and a little devil.
Yeah.
Social media and all the distractions on your clients' shoulders are the little devil. You got to be their little angel, and you do that through a very well tailored email and SMS campaign. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, for sure. When it comes to the actual video work for my course client, for example, what are some ways to simplify that process? I know we were speaking yesterday about with the stuff that we're doing, about just sending the videos without audio and then just cutting them up. I've always been kind of curious on how to wrap my head around not making it a ton of work and time that is required to be able to make this content for an actual course. So what would you recommend going through per se for a client, for example, and be able to make some quick videos that are still highly impactful?
Well, again, we're dealing with short attention spans. So we want to highlight things that create results. We want easy wins for them. Easy wins. The GTPs are set up in order for you guys so you have easy wins. The video trainings that you're doing, easy wins, create easy wins. For those of you guys who don't know, Caleb, he's not only a great sales professional and coach, he's a good martial arts coach at the jiu-jitsu place, Metro Jiu-Jitsu, that my daughter goes to and that I go to as well. And the easy wins. People aren't looking for full scale Hollywood productions in your videos. This is for everybody. They're looking for easy wins. How can I get over the hurdle? We live in a DoorDash society now. And people will spend $13 on a 99-cent bag of hot Cheetos because they want the results delivered to them right away. And they're not concerned about the price point. They're concerned about the results. Deliver my benefit as fast as possible. So in a training video, it's not about making the best Hollywood production. It's about making sure the end user or the client is receiving the benefit. They're getting to the meat and potatoes of what you're teaching or what you're offering, and they can utilize it fast. They can implement it into their workout. They can implement it into their schedule. They can implement it into their business practice fast. A lot of times we get trapped in the idea of having things look super professional and things like that, but you're in the marketing business, you're in the course business, you're not in the film production business. This is what you do to do this. If you want to escape a rear naked choke, this is how you do it. These are exercises that will help you do it. Take the audio out of the video and do the voiceover. Explain the technique and explain the why behind it. And then tell them the benefit. The benefit is not getting choked out, not losing your match. You want to win more matches and stay conscious and prevent injuries, this is the proper way to escape a rear naked choke or defend against a rear naked choke. I would turn that into 2 videos: escape and defend. Not only does it create more content for you, it helps them ping in on what they want to do. And it only gives their 7-second attention span one thing to focus on. The more you can break down knowledge and information into bite-sized bits, the better it will work for people's brains today. Does that make sense?
Yeah, very much so. There's a course I'm going through right now on speech, tonality, and a couple other things. And he's got like 200 videos, but they're all 1 to 2 minute long, like very specific, very specified. So, and it's amazing. Best course I've been through.
Perfect. You got any more questions for your business?
Yes. I don't know how much time do we have per person here.
We're good.
Okay.
We're good.
Okay. So next, yes. So when it comes to actually finding clients for something like this, before I went and done a whole like week long Instagram DMing type of jazz, and I just never really stuck with it because I didn't really have like a why behind it, sort of like I do now about like actually wanting to bring people together and have a community, which is something I also want to ask a little bit more on your opinion on. But that's beside the point for right now. But yeah, so when it comes to actually like finding clients and finding people who are passionate in the niche and actually have quite a bit of experience. One, how would you go about finding those people? And 2, just based off your pure knowledge, it doesn't have to be exact. What type of person would you rather be shooting for? Somebody who already has a course that is created and then you're able to just help them from there to be able to figure out something that you can help them with? Or would you rather go for somebody who hasn't even created a course, doesn't know really anything about business, they're just super passionate about their niche that they're in?
I would create two different offers, one for each type of client. Um, and this gives you the opportunity to take the people who have no course knowledge, get them to a place where they're knowledgeable, and then enroll them in an advanced course. I'm of the J. Abraham school of thought. You know, you help people till you can't help them no more, and when you can't help them no more, you send them to somebody who can, you know, help them fulfill their needs. I'm not really a customer based person. I'm a client based person, and when somebody becomes your client, you become their trusted advisor, and you don't half-ass help them. If they're not, you know, in a position to get all the help you need, you send them to somebody that can, you know, give them help at the level of their liquidity or their financial availability. But I would create two different programs, one for people at the basic level, one for people with existing courses, and market them two different ways. As far as finding clients, is it's your responsibility, and I hope everybody's paying attention. It's your responsibility to know where to find the clients. You need to, if you're in the plumber business, you need to know all the trade journals, trade shows that plumbers go to. If you're in the, you know, carpenter, you need to be familiar with the carpenters union, and these are places you need to send direct mail kits to. This is a book I wrote. I didn't write this book to become a bestseller. This is a marketing book. This is marketing material. If you create an ebook, it should be for marketing purposes, not for sales. You can sell it because free stuff doesn't get read. Free stuff doesn't get read. But when you create, you know, your ebook or your print on demand book, you know, you want to have the resources in it. You want to have useful information. But in the back of the book, you'll see there's multiple offers, and QR codes to access different offers. The goal is to demonstrate that you are an authority in your niche. You have the expertise to help them. So your ebook or your PDF or, you know, your lead magnet should showcase your expertise. And you should only, you know, feed this into environments where your ideal customers are at. You know, you don't go hunting for alligators in the Arctic. You're not going to find alligators there. You know, you don't go looking for, you know, football players at the basketball game. You have to understand where the people who you meet dwell at. And a lot of times you can find people in Reddit groups, jump into Facebook groups, and where people who could use your products and services are at. You know, you want to hunt and fish in loaded ponds, man. You know, you find the Facebook group where your ideal customers hang out at, trade shows, what magazines did they read, and there are things like Answer the Public for Neil Patel, and that will and it's very inexpensive. I'm sure they got a New Year special going on right now. I'm not an affiliate or nothing. This is something that I really use for SEO. Answer the Public. I believe it's answerthepublic.com. It shows you what questions are being asked. You can ask it about a certain subject, type in a couple words. It will give you the list of the most Google questions about that. A lot of people think YouTube is just a video platform for entertainment and learning. Today, I will tell you as a fact, YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. And when you put in a topic, if you put in, carpenters, YouTube is going to give you a few words behind that. And that's going to give you insight into what people are searching about carpentry. Put in fishing, a few different suggestions are going to pop up. That's going to tell you what people are searching on fishing. And this is an opportunity for you to create content based on what people are already searching for. Does that make sense to everybody? Then, you can run paid ads to that long tail keyword. And the long tail keyword, fishing would be your main keyword. But, if fishing with fly bait comes up, at the top of Google search, it would be a good idea for you to, leverage that and create some type of, video information, PDF about, fishing with fly bait, tying fly bait. Does that make sense to everybody? And then if you have it within your budget, there's several companies where you can buy mailing lists from. I'm a fan of mailing lists. They can be expensive. They can be, cheap. If you're in the financial niche, you're going to be paying like $25 to $50, sometimes $250 per name on the list, because these are people that are valuable. They're known financial investors and buyers. But you don't look at it as I'm paying $250 a lead, or I'm paying $50 a lead. I'm paying $50 for an opportunity to make, X amount of money. And I have something that I'm about to drop in the group this week. I had family over and stuff for the holidays, so I didn't get to really edit it as much as I would like. But I have a nice business Bible for you guys, and it includes all the terminology for marketing, business, the mathematical formulas like lifetime customer value, cost per lead, cost per sale, all the things you need to know to properly manage your money and acquire success in business. These are the sides of business that most people don't know and understand, and that's why a lot of businesses come up short and struggle. When you really understand the cost per lead, the lifetime value of a customer, you might spend $250 for a lead, but the lifetime value of that customer might be $75,000. So when you understand the lifetime value of the customer, you don't really care about what it costs to get the lead if you can make $75,000 out of a customer. $250 for a lead is nothing. Would you guys agree with that? So I'm putting in my notes to get you guys some information for mailing lists and things like that, where you can buy leads. For those of you guys who aren't familiar with marketing terminology, a lead is the information that leads you to a paying customer, which is their name, their address, home address, their email address, phone number, etc. Ways to contact them and make contact. Don't get discouraged if they don't buy on the first time. People have to know you before they spend money with you. They got to spend time with you before they spend money with you. And that's just the reality of the situation. So expect and set up. Yep. Iman, a series of exposures. Set up that email list, that nurturing list, phone calls to, get familiar with them. Expect to be in contact with them at least 7 to 10 times before they purchase your offer. And that doesn't mean you have to call them 7 or 10 times. That means once you have their email and things like that, there's ways to target, your email list, your text message. There's software and services you can pay for that will put an ad in somebody's face based on their IP address. Yeah. Yeah, you don't even have to, have them sign up. When they come onto your website, this technology snatches their IP address, and big data is the most valuable thing in the world. I'm telling you that right now. That is the most valuable thing in the world, and there's companies that sell data. They have a compilation of what emails are associated with what products, what IP addresses go to what websites, and they sell this information to marketers. And you guys are all marketers, you're business owners, but you're marketers, because your primary responsibility as a business owner is marketing your products and services to clients and potential clients. So you're marketers before anything else. And these services, they sell the information to these people. The credit card companies sell data. There's places that have everything you purchased on your credit card. They know. And different, businesses look for people who have purchases and things like that of specific things to make sure they market to people who are interested in those things. I see your hands up, Monique. I'll get to you in a minute. Keep your hand up, please, and thank you. Does that answer your question, Caleb?
Just about. I was kind of curious on what to bring it back just a second about the videos, what you had used or you are going to be utilizing for what we're actually working on to be able to get those videos created.
Well, I use a series of things. CapCut is good for beginners, but like I use Adobe Premiere sometimes. Sometimes I use Wondershare and different things, man. So it just depends on how fast I'm trying to get it done. I have, Movavi video editor. I have the whole Adobe Creative Cloud suite. So it depends on what I'm trying to do, how fast I'm trying to do, or if I'm doing something for somebody else and it's to their needs. So I got different tools that I use a ridiculous amount of stuff.
So you are doing it yourself then? You're not at
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
something that you outsource? No?
No.
Okay. Interesting.
There's a lot of tools that we can use that, save time and money. And that's why, a lot of the tools here are AI focused. And the goal is to get people familiar with the GTPs, get their Infinity interface account set up and functioning, and then their website set up, and then start going into the tools you can use to become more efficient and effective, like a one-man gang, because not everybody can afford a VA. Not everybody trusts a VA. Some people like to do everything themselves. I'm one of those people. I like to do most of my stuff myself. Outside of the secretary work, I do the creative stuff myself. That's what I enjoy doing.
Got it. And then I guess the last question here, and I'm sure that others will come up, but I'll announce them in the group. When it comes to reaching out to these people after finding them, I mean, how in your opinion, how direct should I be, just to be like straight up, yo, like I'm looking to do this, like, and this is what the results I'm trying to get you. Let's work together. Or is it more like I have to kind of introduce myself, then talk to them,
Nurture the lead.
Nurture the lead.
Because people, just like we have short attention spans, you have to help people get over their fear. They have to become familiar with you. They have to learn to know and trust you. This is why it's important to establish yourself as an authority. Say, for instance, Daz Monique, she does, farming and food sourcing food and farm to table. Her email should start out with something like, are you looking for more healthy options to, keep your family safe from pesticides or whatever? You already know these people are interested in healthy eating because they're either in a Facebook group or on a mailing list, or they're reading Farm to Table magazine or Mother Earth News. Like, those would be the places where she put her ads, her information. If you can afford a quarter of a page or a whole page, you want to drop that in a magazine, a newspaper. People are asleep on the local newspapers, man. Like, people think print is dead, but like, the people who got the money read the newspaper. You're talking about people 50 plus. They read the newspaper. So in the newspaper, there should be an ad with your QR code, your mailing address to a PO box, your email, your website domain, because they might not want to use the QR code. So you make sure your domain is there, your mailing list is there, your PO box, everything in that print ad, man. You want to be present where the people who are looking for your product are at, and introduce yourself. Have a free book, like these. I send to people some. Might buy a mailing list of 2,000 people, and I'll mail every third person a copy for free. Yeah, I'm losing, $2 because I use media mail to mail it to them. $2, $3 on the front end, but I'm spending $3 to make more money. Does that make sense to everybody? You're planting a seed with your ads in the newspaper, the newsletter, the things that you drop in the Facebook group for the free lead magnet. You want to have a free lead magnet, and then behind, we're not going to get into the whole concept of funnels today, but there's a certain way you want to build your funnel out that gradually introduces people to the buying process. Free $7, under $20, under $50. Once you get people to break that $50 price point, you're pretty good to go, as long as your offers are delivering. Once you get them, it's something about that $50 price point. I'm not gonna pretend to know what it is. It's something in the human mind that once people spend like $50 with you, they're more willing to spend 250, more willing to spend 2,500 or 5,000, or whatever. But you have to make sure you're delivering the value. But you want to start out and introduce them into a buying process at low risk. Free is no risk. $7 is no risk, is low risk. Anybody who can't stand to lose $7, they're not the type of people that you're interested in doing business with anyway, right? So you got your free offer, you got your under $10 offer, you got your, it could be free plus shipping. It could be free plus shipping. And some of you guys that follow me and know my other business, there will be next month, you'll see some free plus shipping offers, but it's just to bring people into the door. Because if I'm giving you something free plus shipping, it might be something that retails for, $20, but I guarantee you, I got about 2,000 of them from China for $1.99. And you find stuff like, you can go on AliExpress or Alibaba.com and get, you do the jujitsu, but for the courses, you might want to get some type of cards that help people get organized. And like Alibaba will print these out for you for like 20 cents a deck. You want to send them these or course organization deck, you know, free plus shipping. They might have cost you $2. The shipping you're going to charge $9. Send it media mail for $2. You know, so it costs you $4 out of pocket to make $5, but you started them in the buying process because the shipping was under $10. So they've already made an under $10 purchase for you on a free plus shipping offer. Does that make sense to everybody? And then from that free plus shipping offer, you offer them a low tier next offer under $20. And then the next step in the funnel is an offer under $49. And this can be a community, a course, things like that, under $49. And then you can have a higher level of community or course that's $97. And then from there, you can, you know, segment your audience into people who are interested in, you know, smaller group coaching, mastermind, one-on-one coaching. You see what I'm saying? Good to go.
Man, my mute button's messed up. All right. Yeah, I think so. And I definitely want to dive more into that. I know we can't right now, but I definitely want to dive more into that funnel build. Oh, hell yeah.
Are you going to be at the gym this afternoon?
I can be. Yeah.
If not, you know, we'll chop it up later this week, man.
Cool. All right.
Yep. Daz Monique.
Appreciate you.
No problem. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Do you have your microphone permissions on your phone, Daz Monique, for the app or for the browser? Because I see you trying to unmute, but it's not letting you unmute. You might have to turn on your microphone permissions. Next, we'll come back to you, sis. I got you. Akira.
Oh, I guess I'm being called on.
Yeah.
For,
We drafted
I was
people like Uncle Sam.
I was like, I didn't have my hand up. So I was, while you were helping Caleb, I was running my the business avatar for my business is called the Worthiness Coach. So it's intuitive worthiness, and a synopsis that I found useful for unique value proposition was: intuitive worthiness coach combines traditional coaching techniques with spiritual practices and intuitive readings to empower individuals to reconnect with their innate worth. This holistic approach fosters personal transformation, emotional healing, and spiritual alignment. In addition to that, you know, when people are going through life changes, career changes, you know, just the bigger changes in life that oftentimes can be, the word pitfalls comes to mind, right? Like navigating those big changes where it, what's the word? Not crutch, like it paralyzes people, right? And they don't know how to move forward. Like that's where I'm looking at to be assistance by offering intuitive readings, divination practices, spiritual, highlighting spiritual growth, but making sure that at the end of it, people are able to have inner peace and emotional resilience. So this is the first time I'm speaking this out loud, so hopefully that made sense. You're a master marketer, so you probably parsed out what I was trying to say.
Yeah, you did well. The last things you said was about the emotional well-being and you know, spiritual resilience. These are the benefits of what you do. And
Yes.
everybody, you're always selling the benefits. But when you're selling the benefits, you want to present them as an escape from pain rather than, you know, be happier or build spiritual resilience. You want to deliver your punchline to them as something along the lines of never be paralyzed and moving forward again. That's relief from pain. You're stating a benefit, but emphasizing the pain that they're in, because people will pay to escape pain faster than they will to reach pleasure. Every time, I guarantee you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you present that as escape from pain. When you discuss the benefits that you're offering, you have to highlight the suffering or the discomfort that they're going through, and that you're the relief valve to that pressure. Who
Okay.
are the people who would, you know, be most interested in that? When you popped in, I noticed that you have two nice college degrees on there, so I'm sure you deal with people in a professional environment. These would be the best people for you. Your worthiness coach. How many people in a professional space that you work in deal with worthiness issues, known or unknown, based on the stress and pain that comes from the work that they do?
Mm-hmm. Probably all of them. The business avatar said uh, predominantly women, 25 to 55, but all genders included, middle class to upper middle class. Um, but I was, dare I say, probably every woman in the workplace, right? Like whether or not it's their appearance to what they actually know and how they're showing up in the workplace, there's some level of known, in your words, known or unknown worthiness issues
So
that
you
messes up their peace.
you have a nice pond to fish in. Don't go outside that pond looking for customers.
I
Don't
see
go
what you
outside
did there.
that pond looking for clients. You have a pond full of potential clients that are in high paying, high stress jobs, so you can easily reach that 350K goal that you stated you had for the revenue you want to make this year. You can easily get there. Um, Definitely, stick with women, stick with professional women, and create offers for package programs. A 3-month program, a 6-month program, and a year program.
Okay, create three different programs, you're saying. Okay. Um,
Yes, please be fully aware that continuity is king.
one year.
Continuity is king, meaning if you can create a program or a training that brings you monthly revenue guaranteed, even though it may be a $97 offer, a $47 offer, a $297, 297, depending on how many times you're going to personally interact with these people. If it's a group setting or individual setting, these are things that change the price points. If it's a group setting, then $97 or $47 a month is better. If it's an individual, you can go $297 a month. You can go $497 a month. And if you're really skilled at what you do and people know and understand the value that you deliver, it could be something that's in $5,000 to $10,000 a month. Because I know if I was working in a corporate job and I was stressed out and I was having issues with how I felt about myself because of the job that I'm doing, or because of the effects of my job on other people's lives and dealing with guilt and things like that, for like if I was like an insurance salesman or something and I felt shitty that I denied somebody their surgery, that can over time affect how I'm delivering, affect how I'm accumulating sales. So I'm willing to pay. $3,500 a month, $7,500 a month to meet once a week.
This makes so much sense. There, a long time ago, I read like football players would have um, what's a spirit animal, like they would tap into a different energy, right? And so what you were saying is what I was processing. Like, people I coach them, then they tap in to their inner self, purest energy to execute on the deliverables, but also maintaining a healthier life for themselves, right? Because stress impacts your body as well. Okay.
You know,
Okay.
I would, especially in your lane, I would do some market research, not just for, and there's a market research GTP. I would look at the CEOs and see how many of them have high blood pressure, hypertension. How many people, had bypass surgery. That's, 7-figure CEOs, and tie that into stress and worthiness. Statistics show that 75% of, Fortune 500 company executives deal with high blood pressure, which is directly related to stress.
Mm-hmm.
High blood pressure is a silent killer. You're helping them escape the pain and the potential pain. You work hard for years to climb up the corporate ladder only to be knocked back down due to stress. Now you created a stressful situation from your family. You want to avoid this. This is what you need to be doing. Does that make sense, everybody?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. If I remember correctly, heart disease is the number one silent killer for women. So they battle not heart attacks, but um, yeah, from high blood pressure and the stress. So you battle the career ladder, like you said, and then you get knocked down from health because as soon as you're sick, they're going to put somebody else in to be a machine in the cog, plus the stress of family and other life. And now, hopefully, not hopefully, I will be able to help them navigate, and then they can also take control of their health. Right. So that's I'm in healthcare, so that's a tangible outcome, right? You've mitigated this issue, and you're not in the hospital, you're not paying medical bills, you're not, on the sick and shut-in list. So I could see that.
And being that you're in healthcare, that's a good opportunity for you to, get some corporate sponsors and, go into, corporations and do these trainings in the corporate setting, the hospital settings for their staff, and really, have some big paydays. Like you could do these at a hospital for, the executives, and charge, $2,500 a person. That's the type of checks I like to get, big 6-figure checks at a time.
Can
50,
I
50 people times 2,500, that's 125,000. That's type of bread I like to get. I don't know about nobody else, but that's how I like it.
can I just say this is a full circle moment because I used to train chief health equity officers in the C-suite on health equity overall at their hospitals, and that's a job I got laid off from. So now to come back and help him and make my own money, right? Like nobody can lay me off. It's my business. Is such a full circle moment. So thank you.
And you have, now that I'm aware that you have that background in that area, and you were laid off, now you come back into that arena as a private consultant. And as a private consultant, you can build a program. Maybe you and Caleb could link up and he can help you create the course. You build a program, and then license it to the hospitals for $10,000, $20,000 a year. I'm just saying, you got some good opportunities there. A lot of
Totally.
hospitals in the United States.
Yeah, Caleb, I definitely will link up with you. And I had that gas because every year you have to do compliance training and modules, right? But the hospitals talk about well-being and outcomes. That's the best way to put it in. Everybody has to take this course. So they pay me, let's just say 10K. Anyone who works at the hospital can access this course, right? And they can figure out the mandate. I probably charge a little bit more, but okay. I see what you did there. I see what the
Yeah, I definitely would charge a lot more than 10K if everybody
yeah.
in the hospital has to take it. Hospital usually has about 750 employees or more. Um, yeah, yeah, it would be like 20K, 25K per, 50 employees. That way you can really bam them. And they got it. They definitely got it. One thing a hospital don't have is a shortage of patients or paper.
You got that right.
You good on that?
Yeah, I'm the juices is flowing. So thank you. Yeah, there's a
Everybody learning something this morning? Throw your hands up. Drop an emoji,
Definitely.
something. We know if we learning today.
the last thing I will say from what you just explained, you know, in healthcare, the outcomes for employee well-being and engagement don't really move forward because there's not an ROI on it, right? And as much as I hate to say that employees are widgets, right? We're real people. If you're not performing at your highest ability, the hospital or any job is like, I'll get somebody else to do it. And what you just outlined was a full circle continuum of like, person A is I'm not feeling this way. I can't produce. Now I got the course material to get my mindset coaching right, and then I can produce more. So the hospital will be like, we spent this money. Now we see the payoff, and now they can present it to their investors, so on and so forth. So thank you.
Excellent, excellent. Jazz, Monique, what you got?
In regards to the business stuff,
Yeah, can you turn your camera on, please?
yeah, just don't judge my background. My office is being renovated.
Don't worry
um,
about it.
so yeah, so a lot of people know about the grocery store, and we've actually pivoted to have mobile grocery store vending machines. They just dropped yesterday. Yeah. So that's why I was texting you. And I dropped them. I have them now. And I have apartment buildings that they're already pretty much solidified. I just am going through the contracts and stuff like that. Um, my there's a lot of different challenges, but I kind of got distracted a little bit through relationship or whatever, and feeling like I really need other people. So basically I'm pivoting to my supply, solidifying. I already have the fish connections. I can get, different produce from different places. It's more so pricing for profit. I do know my customer. Right now I have to focus on getting organized so I can actually communicate this stuff. And I have a lot of content to share the stories of these farmers. But my main thing is like pricing for profit, making it at least $10,000 a month goal. I have 4 vending machines right now. I got them for $875 a piece when they go for 15,000. So yeah, I'm kind of working with profit, and I just got, like, literally the same day that I dropped the vending machines or purchased the vending machines, I got confirmed for 3 grants. So I have money to work with. I have to be very, 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 very strategic, do what I said I'm gonna do, and I can't be distracted at this point.
Okay, so pricing for profit.
Mm-hmm.
What your goal is 10K a month. So how much will it cost you to maintain the vending machine?
I don't know that yet. I've never ran a vending machine, and I have to look at the manual. Do you mean maintain as far as like technical maintenance or putting the products
Technical
in there?
technical maintenance and keeping them filled with products. But
Okay.
those are two separate things.
Yeah. Do they both go into the cost of goods sold?
Yes, they do.
Okay. I don't know that answer, so I'll write it down and find the answer.
Well, it's okay. We're getting the information for you so you can gather the right information. The maintenance would be just like, cost part of cost for goods sold, just like you would incorporate a physical building.
Mm-hmm.
So what are your key products? The best way to profit from that situation is find out the immediate, taste needs of the people in those apartment buildings and their food needs. We don't want to put things in there that people aren't interested in buying. I highly recommend that you create a QR code that goes on a sticker. If you got, fish in there, if you got, zucchini in there, QR code on there, scan for a recipe.
Yep.
Scan for a recipe. You can go to Minuteman Press. They're all over the country, and get recipe books printed out.
Oh. Okay.
Get recipe books printed out, from PDFs, or if you're in the Metro Detroit area still, I know you a globetrotter. If you're still in the Metro Detroit area, there's a place in Dearborn. I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head, but like they print all my business cards and all my stuff, and they have very great prices. 5,000 business cards for like 175. High quality business cards, front and back. I'll drop that in the chat for the people in the Detroit area.
Have you ever used Canva for printing?
No, I'll use Canva sometimes for design.
Mm-hmm. I've used them to make my stickers and postcards and stuff like that. It's pretty simple and it's pretty quick too. I'm not sure about the price comparison though.
Okay. Yeah, but if Canva is working for you, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Okay.
And this printer, you can also, design your stuff on Canva and give him the template, and he'll print it out. That's if you're still, locally based, and your places are going to be locally based.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he probably can give you a better price than Canva.
Okay.
But you always want to have something that makes their experience better and easier. If it's going in an apartment complex, you want to, have something put in the mailbox to every person. Not only to introduce them to the vending machine, but introduce them into healthier eating habits, give them a few recipes, and tell them, you can find all your ingredients at the end of the hallway. You don't have to go on, Instacart ever again. And if you can, find, and I helped a client already in Metro Detroit with this, there are vending machines on AliExpress. Once you start bringing it, not AliExpress, but Alibaba.com. I know you were doing meal prep at one time.
Mm-hmm.
So you can even get the vending machines that heat up the meals, and serve hot meals.
What?
Like Alibaba is my favorite,
Yeah. I just been scared to purchase from them because of the I'm spending $2,000 for a down payment. Machine costs about like $15,000. I have been looking at them for a couple years.
Look. I don't tell nobody to use nothing I don't use myself.
Okay, it's legit.
And like you've known me for years. I produce.
Yeah.
Alibaba.com, their vending machines are the hottest.
Okay.
Like now, I'm sure you guys don't go to strip clubs, but people need hygiene stuff that work in the strip clubs. some of my clients have, taken my advice and, put vending machines with hygiene products, feminine products, wigs, everything in the strip club.
Mm-hmm.
You don't got to go nowhere. You left your wig at home, boom, get it out the vending machine. Need pantyhose or whatever you got going on, right in the vending machine.
Mm.
Alibaba.com is the truth, you know. And then like for free plus shipping, if you're somebody who deals with clients that are in honey, if you're in healthcare, if you're in, holistic wellness, go get you 50 to 100, blood pressure cups off Temu, man.
Mm.
Give them some of free plus shipping, you know. I don't care if it's salt and pepper shakers, a knife sharpener, something for their kitchen that they can utilize that's useful to them, but they, might not have spent the money on it because they didn't have the wherewithal in their mind to get that at the time. But it's something that they'll find useful. These are the type of, products you want to use for free plus shipping products. They're icebreakers, they're door openers. Does that make sense to everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Anything else I can help you with, Daz?
Yes. So two things. When I mentioned I am expanding to Arizona, and when I mentioned this to soliciting to investors, I have like a proposal and things like that. But that package, maybe AI can draft it. I've worked with AI on the points for it, but I need to make sure it's mutually beneficial. That's one, and I have another one too.
Okay. And there will be a new GTP introduced this week.
Okay.
Um, what would you guys find the most helpful? What would you need that would be most helpful to you? Proposal generator, um, something that helps you with presentations. What would be most helpful to you guys?
I think that would be helpful.
I think the proposal
Yeah,
generator.
the proposal. Yeah, the proposal.
Okay.
Like detailed based off of, if it could be based off of our market or that specific, information that they already know about our customers or know about that, um, the target audience. That would be helpful.
Okay. So we'll get that loaded up today or tomorrow. Um, but we'll definitely do that. What was your last question?
Serving customers in the hood. So I got, I'm about to solidify about 3.5 acres over here in Detroit. And I got one parcel that I own, but I was gonna put a shipping container on. I've been working with Wayne State, my alma mater, to we drafted out everything, got money from Ford and everything to do it. It's the most dangerous neighborhood, 48205, You know, some of my at least two people was telling me that I shouldn't do it here first. Um I've seen other examples at Pennsylvania, um, what is it called, rest stops and stuff like that, where they have the brick building and they have the roll down sides and stuff like that, and the vending machines on the inside. That's what I was gonna do with ship containers or have it built brick out. But from your expertise, what do you suggest as far as security? Don't do it yet.
Um, this is what I will tell you. You know, uh, everybody has to eat. Everybody has to eat. If you can provide healthy food at, a reasonable cost, I know your deeply rooted produce accepts EBT. Why not run the vending machines with the EBT card reader? And this creates a opportunity where you can not only provide, uh, you know clean food supply chain to that area, but it also gives an opportunity to create businesses in that area. And where businesses exist, police patrol and crime goes down.
And I have a
There,
good
go ahead.
I have a good connection with the neighborhood police. Like they'll patrol my farm and stuff like that. Um, and I know some of the neighborhood block clubs and stuff like that. So I could get that
So,
done too.
never allow anybody to hinder you guys with fear. The reality of the situation is the people who solve the biggest problems make the most motherfucking money. There's a crime problem there. Crime goes down where businesses are thriving. There's a lot of community programs that you can create and not only get grant funding for creating these programs through HUD and other places, it it allows you to attack the crime in the area, to raise up the property value in the area. Teach responsibility to people. You know, we're halfway through the winter already. So we're almost to spring. You have a picnic for spring. You know, have your printed deliverables on deck. Have your printed deliverables on deck for the picnic. Recipe books, seed packets. Encourage people to grow herbs in their windowsill. You know, be the solutionary. you know. And when I say solutionary, that means, the revolutionary that brings solutions to the problems, that's thinking outside the box, that's creating opportunities for the community to grow and thrive together. And then people have a vested interest in protecting your business because they feel like a part of it. And I think that's something important that Caleb brought up, because it creates community. When there's community, people protect their community. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yep, definitely. That's where I've been from the beginning. But a lot of people are just like, oh, you gotta protect your investment and all the things. We're still gonna do weekly Sunday dinners. We're gonna bring those back. Exactly what you was just saying as far as the classes and everything. With Bernadette, we already have the the canon classes both online and in person. That's all the stuff that I'm working on right now. So it's moving.
That's great. That's great. Bernadette, what you got?
Okay, so I just wanted to comment on Monique when she said that somebody was like, "Oh, don't do that." I want to say, you from Detroit, girl. You see, they put bike lanes on Dexter, and they fixing it up, and that's what insurance is for. Your business is insured. Let them run it down because they're gonna build it right back up. It's gonna be good. I wouldn't. But yeah. And then, is it my turn for my business? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So, Breen's Essentials, Breen's Toilet Paper Company. Subscriptions. I'm providing uh, recyclable, comfortable toilet paper. Um, Subscriptions. Everyone needs toilet paper from the age of 6 when kids get potty trained on up to a lifetime when kids go off to college. And what I learned is that a lot of people wait to the last minute, and if I'm giving them a sense of not only will it be in stores, but I'm giving them a sense of stability and security to know that that subscription based on the household size, the kids, I'm also eventually going to bring into the diapers as the kids go to different life stages as pull-ups and pampers and infants, where it's delivered straight to the door. And I think that's like the most overlooked um, habit of the store is essentials. Um, we shop for a lot of things, but I think toilet paper, everyone needs it. Everyone needs toilet paper. And it's just, uh, we wait to the last minute sometimes. And I feel like the subscriptions will provide people security, and they can rely on it being there, and it'll be affordable as well.
What do you call affordable?
I'm gonna price.
Competitive pricing.
Yes, competitive pricing. I'm not pricing myself out the box, but I definitely want to do competitive pricing. I also want to get some type of contracts where I can contract it out to schools and have a percentage donated to underserved communities as well.
Got to put my thinking cap on for this. But you need to figure out whether you're gonna work on residential or commercial clients for this. Um,
I want to go, okay, so here's the thing, and I'm not thinking far out the box. I just want to get this product out first, and then eventually I want to contract with the government, because they give people bread and milk and eggs, but they don't provide people toilet paper and women hygiene pads and things like that. So I eventually want to contract with the government for boxes that can be provided to underserved communities with, along with their bridge cards, or they can come pick them up in locations, or they'll be delivered, or they can go to the supermarket and get with their cards and get my product.
okay. Um, the government contracts and nonprofits is where I would focus that at.
Okay.
EBT isn't going to cover the paper products, but nonprofits like Salvation Army, Focus Hope, things like this, you can contract with them.
Okay,
You know,
here. Mhm. Before I cut you off, that goes along with my bird room, my nonprofit. I plan on providing with my bird room essentials as well.
okay. I need you to understand that if
Mm-hmm.
you're paying for the products to be created, the only thing you can do when you're, you know, giving them to your nonprofit for distribution is write them off. But
Okay.
if you can't sell them after that,
Oh,
so
okay, okay,
you need to focus on providing products to nonprofits that provide, you know, home essentials for underserved communities.
okay,
Uh, Focus on getting local nursing homes or ADA houses, or residents that provide housing to returning citizens. That's another word for prisoners that are being paroled that don't have family housing. These are areas that you can leverage and target and get a lot of government cheese from. And
okay.
I love to say it ain't no cheese like government cheese.
Right.
Ain't no cheese like government cheese. So you got to position yourself to fulfill contracts with these type of places. Look for um, clients in the spaces where you're serving disability houses and people who have houses for disabled people or things like that, man. These are the businesses that will work best for you, because most of those places they go to Costco and things like that. And if you're on the manufacturing side, then you can outprice Costco. Uh, Akira is messaging you. She can give you some insight into that. But definitely look for government contracts and you know home health aid businesses and things like that need these things. But that's a tough place to work, and I'm not trying to discourage you. I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling the truth, and I'm always going to be forthcoming with the truth with you guys. That's a tough market to get in, but if your mind is set on that, these are the people you need to be approaching. People
Okay.
who own like mental health homes, especially locally. There's a lot of people that have, houses for, mentally ill people, mentally handicapped, you know, and they're taking care of these groups of people, and they're just going to Costco, or they're just going to, Sam's Club. Some of them are just going to Meyer or Kroger. So these would be the people that you want to service and contract with. Does that
Uh,
make sense to you?
yes, that makes sense. But as far as as far as me getting government and Akira, I hear you. I just don't know how to chat back in there. But as far as um the government contracts and the subscriptions, I do plan on having my product in the stores, just all over. So not only will I try to go, not only am I going for the government contracts, like you say, the prisons, the homes, the schools, and the city county buildings and stuff like that. I do plan on putting my product in stores everywhere. So yeah.
Okay.
I just feel like it's something that everyone needs, whether they get cottonelle, angel soft, or whatever.
Oh,
Toilet paper
absolutely.
is something that everybody needs all the time.
I want you to use that market research GTP.
Okay.
I want you to use that market research GTP.
Okay.
Right now, I'm in the process. I'm about to start the process of with the supplier, and so I was on Alibaba and AliExpress, and I was seeing virtual headsets. But then yesterday, after me and Bernadette was in this not really a meeting, but they were talking about manufacturing, going straight to a manufacturer. So I'm not sure if I should just do the Alibaba and AliExpress or go straight to a manufacturer. I will have to find one because I haven't even looked into a manufacturer because we just talked about this yesterday.
Um, before you decide on a manufacturer, I would get 3 or 4 different VR sets.
Okay.
Get 3 or 4 of them, test them yourself. You know, see the ones that are offered on AliExpress or Alibaba.com, and make sure they're meeting the standard that's required for what you're trying to achieve. Get 3 or 4 of them, even 5 of them. Don't worry about the price, because if they're not what you're looking for, you send it back.
Okay.
Once you test it, figure out the pros and cons, then you want to contact the manufacturer at
Okay.
AliExpress and say, hey, I need 10 of these or 50 of these, and I need them to do XYZ. Can you
Okay.
handle this custom order for me? And I do a lot of business with the Chinese community, and Chinese people in China.
Hmm.
There is something you want to do before jump into business. You want to nurture a personal relationship. You don't just jump on there and this and that. Ask people how they're doing, how their families doing. Get familiar with the Chinese holidays. This is called Guanxi. This is like developing and nurturing the business relationship. They,
Okay.
even if it's subtle and superficial, they like to have those formalities.
Okay.
And is something that is a must when you're building, you know, business rapport in the Chinese community.
Okay.
Get familiar with their holidays, their festivals, things like that. Ask about their family, how business is going, etc., etc.
Okay.
These are things that you should be doing before you even ask them about a product or a service. And promise I promise you, it will help you out a lot. They will be more forthcoming with information. They'll be more willing to, you know, create the opportunities that you need to succeed.
Yeah, thank you for that. I'm glad you told me that before I reached out to them. Okay, thank you.
No problem, no problem. Iman?
Hello, hello.
Hello.
So, for me, um, I have a lot of different business ideas that I can market to the same avatar. Um, so the main dilemma that I can foresee is me needing to focus on just one. Um, and the one that I'm choosing to focus on first and build first is with the Wisdom Network, my Ascension Guide, spiritual life coaching, manifestation coaching, energy healing, and mindfulness coaching are some of the services that I'm going to offer through that. Um, and as far as the benefits go, it would be helping people to move from self doubt, numbness, dissatisfaction with their life into a place of fulfillment and confidence so they can get to the next level and expand into that. Um, my target client uh, definitely is someone who enjoys and wants a balance between their creativity and their spirituality. Primarily women between the ages of 30 and 40. And they want to be able to balance that their passions with a hectic lifestyle. Some of the things that they value is community groups, workshops, as well as personal services one on one. So I have some ideas. I know we're going to get into funnels later, but I have some ideas of books, ebooks that I can use to funnel and filter into that. But when it comes to like the workshops and stuff to build community, that's the portion that I've already thought of for a separate business.
Okay.
So I'm trying to figure out how to keep everything separate so I can just focus on one, build one, establish that, while also having the foresight of how I can scale it. So I'm working towards that larger goal with my checkpoint goals.
Okay. Before you scale up, you want to scale out. Think of a pyramid. The base is big. Base of the pyramid is big, and it goes up to the apex at the top of the point. So you want to build your base wide first and your foundation wide, and that's in spiritual life coaching. Um, in regards to that, once you build your base, you can create writing workshops that help people identify and create an avatar for the greatest version of themselves. And
Hmm.
from the avatar that they create based on your writing workshop, it gives you the opportunity to create personalized courses and workshops for their individual for them as individuals, and workshops in a group set. You know,
Hmm.
um, that's the first thing that came to mind when you say balancing, creativity and spirituality.
Hmm.
A lot of things that people underestimate, like vision boards. These are creative things. Writing workshops to create the ideal version of yourself. Um, you're in my astrology study group. I had you guys write your own obituary,
Hmm.
so you understand where you want to be at the end game. Because once you understand the end game of where you want to be in the end, it's easier to engineer that reality.
Hmm.
You always start at the end. People tell you start at the beginning. You start at the beginning, you're just moving. You find yourself moving in multiple directions without a clear goal. This is
Yeah.
why it's important to start at the end. Where do you want to be at the finish line? What all do you want to accomplish? And your creative writing workshops for helping people find their ideal self should be based on that, finding the end game. Where do you want to be? whether it's a 5 year end game, a 10 year end game, or a end of life end game. They need to be clear on that, and from their clarity of where they want to be, it gives you the opportunity to create a roadmap for them to get there. Does that make
Mhm.
sense to you?
Yes, that makes perfect sense. And one of the I was thinking of it for ebook, but you just expanded it for me, was being able to use their creativity to manifest their life. So this is something I've done myself, but when it comes to especially performing arts, anything like that, you have to practice and rehearse the thing. You have to keep saying whatever text it is a bunch of times. So you're programming yourself for something. So that concept is basically teaching them how to create in alignment with what you're saying of the workshop, creating an ideal person. Like, what are the things they would say? What's the art that they would create? So then that's what you're rehearsing. That's what you're practicing. That's the energy they're putting themselves in to be able to live in it and embody it easier. So I definitely love that. And that connects with something I was already thinking. Um, so yeah, I just want to point that out because that's fire.
Cool. Any other questions?
Um, I don't know how to form it into a question right now, but so this is something that I've experienced personally, and a lot of other people have. I went to an art school in Philadelphia, and earlier this year, that school shut down. Like suddenly shut down. People, the teachers out of their jobs. People that thought they were going to the school no longer is there. It just literally does not exist anymore. The whole thing suddenly shut down with like a week's notice. So I'm very aware of that loss of an artistic community within a physical space. And the avatar that I created, one of the things that they value is community. So I'm starting to brainstorm how I can both have uh, a virtual community for those spaces and potentially using virtual reality, which is something I thought of before. And then the conversation with Trina brought it back to the forefront. Um, and then also having in person events as well. Yes, and the in-person events for that community, I was thinking of as a whole separate business. So, in regards to the scaling out, would you suggest that I just take that concept and then layer it or connect it to these workshops?
That because your avatar is the same across many niches,
Hmm.
it gives you the opportunity to leverage those leads for all those businesses.
Hmm.
So definitely spread it out. I don't know all the ins and outs of your services at the Wisdom Network, or how the contract is about sharing leads or leveraging other leads. You have to get with Monica on that. But
Hmm.
definitely you want to scale out and tap into people who are interested in the same thing. Um, that school that closed, reach out to as many contacts as you can from that school,
Hmm.
and get as much information as you can. The owner, see if you can get their email list, even if you got to throw them a couple dollars. Their school closed, so evidently they need a couple dollars.
Hmm.
Buy that email list, buy them contacts, and start reaching out to them. Um, on a lighter note, if there's businesses similar to yours where the owners are retiring and closing, those are and this is a whole nother ball game, but those are the best type of businesses to acquire because they already have loyal customers. They already have a mailing list built. They already got loads of contacts.
Hmm.
So think about that when you're moving forward.
Okay.
Without any further ado, I got an 11 o'clock client I got to get ready for. I hope everybody found today helpful, not just in getting their questions answered, but in listening to everybody else's questions. Um, I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to a big new year, man. And there'll be an email and text sent out when the new GTP is up. Appreciate you guys waking up early, man, and getting to it for yourself on the holiday. People who are sleeping in the morning today are the same people who are gonna be sleeping when that bag drop. So I promise you, it's gonna benefit you. I will see you guys next week. And if you got questions, please drop them in the community, drop them in the chat, talk to each other, build with each other, and let's lay down the success for the team, man. I see you guys next week.
Appreciate you.
Thank
Thank you. Be well and thrive, y'all.